Hello student, welcome to the lecture series of instrumentation and science. So today in this lecture we will learn about types of instrumentation. So there are four types of instrumentation. First one is electronic instrumentation, then electrical instrumentation, industrial instrumentation and mechanical instrumentation. And then second topic we will take, that is sensor specifics. So there are two types of sensor specifics. First one is permanent installation of sensor and second one is temporary installation of sensors. Okay. So let us start with what is instrumentation. Okay. So first of all, let's revise what is instrumentation. Okay. So instrumentation is defined as the art and science of measurement and control of process variables like temperature, pressure, level, speed, flow, etc. within a production or manufacturing area. Okay, so instrumentation is nothing but the art and science of measurement of physical variables within a manufacturing area. Okay, so there are four types of instrumentation. First one is electronic instrumentation, second is electrical instrumentation, third one is industrial instrumentation, and fourth one mechanical instrumentation. So let us understand it with details. Okay, so first one is electronic instrumentations. Okay, so an electronic instrumentation is one which based on electronic principle for its measurement. Okay, so measurement of electronic quantities or variables is termed as electronic instrumentation. So in electronic instrumentations, electronics quantity are measured. Okay, so electronic instruments use semiconductor device. So in electronic instrumentation, we have to use electronic instruments, and this electronic instrument use semiconductor devices. So in most of cases, fast response required. Okay. So in electronic instrumentation, we will get fast output. So in electrical and mechanical instrumentation, we will not get fast response. Okay. So electronic instrumentation will give us fast response output. Okay. So in electronic devices, the only movement involved is that of electrons. Okay. So the response time is extremely small owing to very small inertia of the electrons. Okay. So we can say that electronic instrumentation will give us fast response. Okay. Now let us understand what are the advantages of electronic instrumentation, or we can say that electronic measurement. So first one is electronic circuit can detect and amplify very weak signal. Okay. So this one is first advantage, that electronic circuit detect very small signals and can measure the event of very short duration as well. Okay. Second one is the measured signal can be transmitted over a long distance with the help of cables and radio links and without any loss of information. Okay, so we can transmit signal at long distance in electronic instrumentations. Okay. Next one is the measurement can easily be obtained in or converted into a digital form for automatic analysis. Okay, so we can easily convert the signal in digital form. Okay, then non-contact measurements are possible. So electronic measurement are important to build analog and digital signal, and the output which is in the form of digital signal form, which is very useful in computers. Okay, so we can say that the modern development in science and technology totally are based on computers. Okay, so in electronic instrumentation we will get this type of digital outputs. Okay, so this one is main advantage of electronic instrumentation. With the help of electronics device, we can detect a very small signal with the help of amplifiers also. They are compact in size and more reliable in operations also. And electronics devices have great flexibility. Okay, so these are the main advantages of use of electronic instrumentations. Okay. Now let us understand which type of instrumentation is known as electrical instrumentation. Okay, when measurement is done with the help of pointer deflection, so at that time we can say that this type of instrumentation is electrical instrumentation. And in electronic instrumentation, we use instrument that is known as an electrical instrument. So when the instrument pointer deflection is caused by action of some electrical method, so that is known as an electrical instrument, and we can use this electrical instrument in electrical instrumentation. Okay, so the time of operation of the electrical instrument in electrical instrumentation is more rapid than the mechanical instruments in mechanical instrumentations. Okay, so an electrical signal normally depends upon the mechanical measurement as an indicating device. Okay, so generally electrical signal depends on the mechanical measurement for indicating of the output. So this mechanical movement has some inertia due to which the frequency response of this instrument is poor. Okay, so we because of the use of mechanical instrumentation here for indication of output, so we can say that the response time of this type of instrument will be slow. Okay. Now let us understand which type of instrumentation is industrial instrumentation. Okay, so you can clearly see in this figure. So the process of measuring and controlling various quantity in industry by utilizing various industrial instrument, that is known as an industrial instrumentation. Okay, so the common quantities used in industries and which are considered for measurement include, that is fluid pressure, fluid flow rate, temperature of a device, volume of fluid, motion or position or physical dimensions or acceleration of machine, electrical current, electrical voltage, and electrical resistance. Okay, so these are the quantity which are used in industries. So measurement of this quantity are under the industrial instrumentations. Okay, so first of all, for controlling this quantity, first of all measure this quantity. Then after measuring the desired quantity, the measured value are transmitted for indication and controlling purpose either with manual operation or automatic operations. Okay, so most of industry work automatically. So the microcontroller and the microprocessor are required for programmable switches. Okay, so for example, in many industries, the industrial power schedule is automated using embedded system. Okay, so nowadays most of the industries are automatically. Okay, so for that purpose, we have to use microcontroller or microprocessor for automatical working process. Okay, so here we have required some programmable switches for automatic operations. Okay, so at that time we can say that the response of the output will take some time. Okay, so in industry there are many data which we have to control or monitor like temperature, level, pressure, flow, and many more. So to measure that type of data, we have to use industrial instrumentation process. Okay, so this is industrial instrumentation. Okay. Now let us understand what is mechanical instrumentation. Okay. So the instrumentation which require mechanical instrument to measure quantities is known as a mechanical instrumentation. Okay. So mechanical instruments are very reliable for static and stable conditions. Okay. So they are unable to respond fast. Okay. Because of they have moving parts that are rigid, heavy, and bulky and have a large mass. Okay, so mechanical instruments are unable to give fast response because of their moving parts. Okay, now let us understand what are the advantages of mechanical instrumentation. So first one is no external power required for its operation. Okay, second is simple in design and very easy to use. Third one is more durable due to rubber constructions. Okay, then relatively cheaper in cost. Okay, then reliable and accurate for measurement of stable and time invariant quantity. So these are the main advantages of instrumentation, that no external power required, then simple in design and very easy to use, low in cost. Okay, so these are the main advantages of mechanical instrumentation. But what are the disadvantages of mechanical instrumentation? So it has poor frequency response to transient and dynamic measurement. Okay, so indirectly we can say that they are unable to respond very fast. Okay, large force required to overcome mechanical friction. Okay, so they require large force to overcome friction. Okay, next, incompatible when remote induction and control need. Okay, then cause noise pollution. Okay, so mechanical instrument cause very noise pollution. Okay, so these are the disadvantages of mechanical instrumentation, where we can use mechanical instrument to measure quantities. Okay, so these are the four types of instrumentation. First one is electronic instrumentation, second is electrical instrumentation, third is industrial instrumentation, and fourth type is mechanical instrumentation. Okay, now let us understand sensor specifics. Okay, so there are two types of sensor installation. First one is permanent installation and second one is temporary installation. Okay, so we can install sensor at two bases. First one is permanently or second is temporary. Okay, so let us understand what is the permanent installation of the sensor. Okay, so sensor which installed on permanent basis, which gives us long-term data to monitor and control the structure with the help of continuously data display unit, that is known as a permanent installation of the sensor. Okay, so we can say that the sensor which installed permanently, that are known as a permanent installed sensor. Okay, so we can say that the permanent installed sensor plays an important role in success of any reliable program. Okay, so basic condition monitoring is essential for achieving maximum plant service life. Okay, to help ensure long plant service life, it is important to determine the condition of the structure during the construction. Okay, so for that purpose, we have to install sensor permanently. Okay, now second, to properly manage civil infrastructure its condition and its serviceability, many variables need to be monitored and controlled permanently. So for that purpose, we have to install sensor permanently. Okay, and then next, measurement and proper data processing are expected to give a reasonable assessment of serviceability that can be improved based on the assessment. Okay, the physical state of structural system, for example, applied load, vibration level, and existence of structural damage is among the factors that determine serviceability. Okay, so sensing physical quantity in detail offers the potential to better estimate structural conditions. Okay, so for this purpose, we have to install sensor permanently. Okay, so let us understand what are the advantages of permanently installed sensors. Okay, first one is reduction in maintenance cost. So the maintenance cost will be reduced if we install the sensor permanently to monitor and record the data. Okay, next one is increase the quality of work. If we install sensor permanently, we will get continuously data according to the health of the structure and construction regular basis. So we can improve the quality of work also. Okay, next thing, reduction is unscheduled plant downtime. Okay, third one is intelligent transportation system make use of traffic information to efficiently manage the transportation system. Okay, so to effectively manage the transportation system, we have to install sensor permanently. Okay, then the urgent earthquake detection and alarm system. We have to install sensor permanently, and also we have to use alarm system to detect the seismic waves. Next is we have to install sensor permanently for monitor the tunnels for traffic accidents and air quality. Then to monitor the groundwater level to predict the slope failure, we have to install sensor permanently for getting data according to it. Okay. Then to monitor concrete gravity and arc dam, we have to measure the strain and temperatures. So at that time, we can install sensor permanently to measure continuously the strain and temperature of the concrete gravity and arc dams. Okay, and to monitor and control it. Now next is for river bank protection. We have to continuous monitor the water level. So at that time we have to install sensor permanently. Next, to monitor and control the response of the structure, we have to install sensor permanently. Okay, so now next is to effectively investigate such both local and global damage criteria. So at that time we have to use group of the sensor. So group of the sensor are required in civil engineering for this investigation purpose. Okay, so at that time we can use permanently installed sensor. You can clearly see in this image that this one is some building structure. So here we have many sensors are installed permanently, and the sensor are connected to centralized data acquisition system to collect the data. Okay, so if earthquake occurs, so these sensors receive the seismic waves in this centralized data acquisition system. So this system collects the data from these sensors. So we can say that the health monitoring of the structure can be done with the help of this sensor, and which collect the data from all the sensors related the health of the structure. Okay, so this is the example of permanently installed sensors. Now next, so there are three types of maintenance needed if we install sensor permanently. First one is runtime failure maintenance. If some sensor fail at the runtime, so maintenance required. Next is preventive maintenance. Okay, so what is the meaning of preventive maintenance? So preventive maintenance is a process where a machine or part of machine are checked on regular basis regardless of the condition of the parts. Okay, so we can prevent the failure and breakdown of the plant. Okay, so what is the meaning of preventive maintenance? So this is the process at which the machinery or the part of the machinery are checked at regular basis. Okay, now next one is predictive maintenance. Okay, so predictive maintenance is the maintenance that measure the performance and condition of the equipment in service equipment during normal operation to identify any fault developing. Okay, it provides cost saving and better reliability over a routine or time-based preventive maintenance. So this is the process of check equipment during the normal operation of the system. Okay, so there are three types of maintenance required if we install sensor permanently. Okay, now let us understand what are the precautions must be taken during permanent installation. So first one is installation must be done in good weather, not wet, freezing or hot condition. Second is the sensor must be flush with the road surface. Okay. The third one is the top of the surface must be separate from the road surface. Next one is the equipment must be protected from the water and dust. Then the equipment cabinet must protect the system electronics from the extreme temperature, pressure, dust and humidity. Then next the equipment must be protected from lighting and power surge. Okay. Next is the equipment must be installed so that the routine maintenance can occur without any failure of data collection. Okay. So these are the precautions must be taken during the permanent installation. Okay, now next one is temporary installation of the sensor. So the sensor which are installed on the temporary basis, which gives us instant information or data to monitor and controlling the structure with the help of readout unit. So that is known as a temporary installed sensor, and this process is known as a temporary installation of the sensors. Okay, so what are the advantages of temporary installation of the sensor? So it has ability to detect the damage at early stage, and it can reduce the cost and downtime associated with the repair of critical damage. Okay, so next is it also provide basic data for design improvement that will promote safer and more economical design and constructions. Okay, for example, an inclinometer sensor, it is used to measure the magnitude of the inclination angle or deformation of any structure. Okay. Now let us understand more example related to temporary installation. So piezometer are the geotechnical sensors that are used to measure the pore water pressure in the ground. So piezometer is a temporary sensor which is used to measure the pore water pressure in the ground before the construction. So next one is the LVDT. So LVDT is an electromechanical sensor that is used to measure the displacement. So these sensors are employed in many buildings where various buildings materials such as stone and brick have been used. Okay. A strain gauge is a device that is used to measure the strain due to the applied force on the object. Next is a tilt meter is a sensitive inclinometer used for monitoring a very small changes in the inclination of the structure. Then next is temperature sensor in civil engineering structures are subject to the environmental changes. Therefore, it is necessary to measure the temperature that is affect the physical property of the structure. So we can use temperature sensor as a temporary sensor. Okay. And in previous lecture, we have studied about in-place inclinometer, which is also used to get fast response. So we can say that in-place inclinometer is also a temporary sensor. Okay. So installation of this type of sensor is known as a temporary installation of the sensor. Okay. So now let us. So there are many advantages of temporary installation of the sensor. First one is we can get fast response. Second one is we can easily carry this type of sensor from one place to another place. There are no need to take care of this type of sensors. Okay. So these are the main advantages of temporary installed sensors. Okay. So in this lecture, we have studied about what is permanently installation of the sensor and what is temporary installation of the sensor. Okay. Thank you for watching this video.